Hey guys, Matt here again. Just doing a bit of an update video. I've been working a lot on this recently, and I've just managed to get it up to the another build release. Finally, I did a skill which I've been planning on doing, so I thought it'd be a cool idea to go through and see all of the previous builds that I've done and just see how it's changed. Because if I go into here, um, this is a brilliant site for Java. I mentioned it in my last tutorial. You should check it out if you have anything to do with Java. Well, basically, I was looking back at this, and this was the first image of it, and the change is massive. So I thought I'd just do a video of each of the games and show how they work. So this is the first build I released. It's got basic moving again, space to attack, but everything's drawn to the screen. The inventory is basic. You can still get some food, but there's a bunch of bugs and everything's just drawn randomly. And if you notice, some of the zombies are just flying in from the top because they go out of bounds. And there you go, you die and you don't respawn. Okay, so version 2. This is when I started experimenting with new tiles. Solid tiles, so I can't walk through that. And a hospital which doesn't actually do anything at the moment. And it's still got the same basic controls, but there's no longer the bugs where you suddenly fly out of the map or stuff flies in. And this was the first time that I tried to make it look a bit more modern. And then we go to version 3, where there's a road now, which has stayed. And if you notice in the bottom, just here, there's now an experience bar and some new tiles, and you now can actually see which one you've selected. I think I also rebalanced the damage in this one, so it was actually a bit harder. But now if I just try and kill myself, which I don't seem to be able to do. No, that was one of the bugs with this one. You would only have your health updated once you killed something. So, yeah, that's that build. And I added in coins in this build. So if we go to version 3.2, this is where I fixed a bunch of the bugs, changed the background tiles and some other random stuff. But now if you notice, damage is actually working how it should be. So I can get hurt here, and yeah, and there we go, I die and I come back up into this little clear area. Okay, so now we go on to version 4, and this was when I got a large amount of new graphics from friends. The zombie sprites and the player sprites were made by a friend called Max. He apparently just got bored and decided it'd be a good idea, and I built some basic shops, but it was very basic on how you use them. And EtherX, who's got this billboard here, made the new GUI, so all these nice new pictures and all of that, he made them. So yeah, it was a better build, added some new stuff, started working on shops, I think was the main part of that. Then we go on to playable v4.2. This is when I tried another new background tile to see how it was working, because I didn't really like how green it was, it just didn't really fit in. The hospital now works in this one, so you can actually buy health. This shop also now works, so you can buy some new swords. And I believe in this, once you reach certain levels, you got items. Yeah, so you got your sweets here, so if I was on health I could just use that, boost up my health. Just keep killing stuff until you got to level 5, I believe was the first item, which is when you got a wooden sword. And then there's, I think, 50 levels worth of items, and the levels all increase exponentially, so the difference between level 1 and level 2 is going to be different than difference between level 0 and level 1. This is where I started getting a lot more feedback on the game. People saying how it wasn't very easy to see what you were hitting and what the zombie was hitting on you. And as you can see, I just hit that zombie and he's just ignoring me. There we go. I just got the wooden sword, and that was basically how I handled weapons. So that sort of stayed the same for all the versions. And then we get to version 5, where I think this is where I started menus. No, still using them. But this is where I added in loading and saving. So if I hit load, I may have a save file there. No, it's not working. So maybe that's something I've disabled, because this is also the version that I stuck online to see if it would work. So I have the applet version here, and this is what is on my website at the moment, and I need to update that. And then we go into Alpha V3, or Alpha 3. And you have a basic changelog and a launcher. So enter a username, so I'll say Tim. So if a guy called Tim was playing this, he'd get this, and he'd have a new menu. So you'd hit new game, you can kill stuff, and you can hear there's sound. This is probably the biggest jump between releases that I'd ever done, because you suddenly go from having no menus, no items, or no sounds and modern graphics into a much more medieval style graphics. And now you've got like use messages in the top left. You can see what it says, and you can buy stuff. And if you come over here to the apothecary, I think it is now, you can now heal select amounts of health. There's all the statistics are now in here. You can now save and exit, and then exit, and your game will be saved in here. So the online version will now save into here. So now I've got the Tim save file there. And then if I go down to the latest build, which is Alpha 3.1, if I run this, I need to update the changelog, but that's pointless. So now if I enter a username, I'll call myself Matt. Hopefully this is an account already. If it's no, Matt isn't there. Okay, so I'll hit play, and that's died for some reason. Okay, I'll just run it from the IDE. So there we go. I've still got the focus message. I've got null. Because null's the default if there isn't a if there's nothing in the username variable, it'll just save it as null. So if I just, where's username? So init. Okay. Username equals Matt. Okay, so user equals Matt. Okay, so if I run this, I've now got welcome back Matt, and I'll hit new game. So now this is another massive change. I now have skills. So you can make stuff, you can smith stuff, all that sort of stuff. You need a pickaxe to mine. There's now status messages. You need a pickaxe to mine this. And now if I hit something, he will chase me badly. So I've not really got any pathfinding yet. So if I hit that guy again, he should chase you around. And then I've got some stuff. So if I just give myself some cash and a pickaxe, you can see I've got some money now. Some jokes. I don't know why I did that. That was a guy on the forum said he wanted jokes in there, so I don't know. And if I come over to here, and I'll buy a steel sword blueprint, and then I'll exit. So you can see now in the second spot on my inventory, I have a steel sword blueprint. And I also have a pickaxe. If I mine some iron and coal, I need one more coal, and I'll be able to make it. So if I try and make one now, it'll kick me out and say that I need 3 steel bars and a blueprint for it. So I've got, in order to make a steel bar, you need coal and iron. So if you notice, I've now got 3 coal and 4 iron. So I'll come to the forge, smith all iron bars, and it's given me 3 steel bars. I need to change that name, and it's left the 1 iron left over. So now if I come to the anvil, make a steel sword, and it's crashed. Let's make another one, see if it's just mathematics errors. There we go. Yeah, it's maths errors. So I've now got my steel sword, and I can run around and kill stuff quite powerfully. So that's the latest build. I just thought it'd be a good idea to just go through and see how it's changed from what it was to what it is. It's terrible. So if I leave that there and I'll open up the original version, you can see the difference. You got that to this, and I just find it brilliant how it's changed. But yeah, that's about it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll hopefully have a new tutorial up within the next few days. Yeah, see ya.